What's going on, guys? Welcome to my Final Fantasy Wave X's video, and here we are with some Soul and Dark Fina buffs. And there's one huge one that I'm surprised at in this video here, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, let's get into it. If you're new to my channel, if you just found this video, I do cover the Chinese version. The Chinese version does exist, and it's usually better than the other two versions because they usually buff New Vision characters to a certain point. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. Let's see what this one's gonna be like. So for the base form, Scarlet Heat, which I don't think anyone ever used, is now a 90 times modifier instead of 80 times, so a 10 times modifier boost. I really only use this for like clearing story or clearing King Mog or doing something like that, so kind of whatever. Dark Execution is now an 85 times modifier instead of 77, also a kind of whatever boost. Here's the big boost though, I think. 175% demon, magic, and physical killer for all allies. That's really high. That's higher. These buffs are higher than what the EX3 buffs are given to the newer units. They're like 160%. This is 175 with no EX attachments at all. So that's really big. That is big. Passive, 150% low burst damage. Okay, I guess. I mean, their low burst is chaining, and I guess it's okay, but it's not like that amazing. But that probably will help out a little bit more with that boost. Would have been better if they got a modifier increase though for that. Would have been even better. In the Brave Shift form, now their Umber Devastation is now a 90 times modifier with 135% Earth and Peril. Not so surprising anymore. Now a lot of units are now moving to 135% instead of 120. The power creep is going a little too fast, but anniversary is kind of happening soon. There might be something really big. I mean, there was already something really big before with the reveal of Hurley, so there might be something even bigger in the future. Cosmic Devastation. Decrease those resistances by 135%, not too bad. 2 Sages, Awakening. Now this one's a little weak. 250% low burst damage is pretty good, but 25% Rod and Peril, at least they have it, but Realms is higher than that. Realms is much higher, so not really sure why they cheaped out on that a little bit there, but that's alright. 25% is still something. And still in the Brave Shift form, now they have 25% Earth Ant for everybody. Okay, not too bad. Their TMR is now 40% magic, and then another 40% with a rod, and another 40% with a whip. I don't think anyone equipped whips on them unless you used Bahamut, the Bahamut Fina version of the whip, or Quistis whip. I suppose you could use those. And their STMR is now this one's the most mediocre of the changes, I feel like. 75% TDH and also 75% True to Will, just not very good. I was expecting maybe something a little more interesting than that. That's just not really that interesting to me. And the last one, this one's a huge change. This thing changes like the direction of the game. For any FFBE unit, usually they've been doing this where they change it to only being the unit that it comes with, but this one is universal. 300 flat magic for anyone that's FFBE. That is gigantically huge. Like, imagine all the possibilities of a lot of units now that would like to have that. That is monumentally huge, and that can carry into the future. For example, if a Neo Vision unit, FFBE unit has a really bad vision card, just give them this. They get 300 flat magic. I mean, what beats that, right? That's huge. So I think that overall, I think that's the biggest change. Their STMR is definitely the weakest of the changes here, and overall, I don't think they were buffed that well. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's kind of like a hit and miss. Sometimes with the Chinese version, sometimes they hit really big, like Eldrin or Ibarra, or a lot of other units like Glasswall, for example, was buffed pretty big, and Unite. But sometimes they miss. They do a miss there. So I think this is probably one of the weakest buffs in the game, other than the vision card, which is really huge. I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really excited to pull. Not going to be pulling them, so I can just keep saving Lapis for the next time we'll be here. So if you need help with anything involving the Chinese version, if you are started playing the Chinese version, we do have a chat in my Discord. Link is actually below me right there. See it? So go ahead and join that if you are interested in playing the Chinese version, or you are playing the Chinese version, but you're kind of like by yourself, but you kind of want to talk with people and stuff. That we're here for that. So make sure you join that. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you like my coverage on the Chinese version, and I'll leave any questions down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.